For years, this company has been known by three letters: EPW, Extreme Pro Wrestling, a name built on chaos, built on violence, built on broken tables, blood-stained canvas, steel chairs, and bodies being pushed past the limit. And make no mistake about it, Extreme Pro Wrestling made noise. Extreme Pro Wrestling kicked doors down. Extreme Pro Wrestling gave this business something raw, something dangerous, something the people couldn't ignore. But tonight is not about looking back. Tonight is about evolution. Because the truth is, this company has outgrown being just extreme. We are more than hardcore matches. We are more than weapons. We are more than scars and destruction. We are the best athletes, the sharpest minds, the hungriest fighters, the most dangerous champions in professional wrestling. So from this night forward, EPW no longer stands for Extreme Pro Wrestling. EPW now stands for Elite Pro Wrestling. That's right. This is no longer a battlefield for anyone who just wants to bleed. This is a kingdom for those who prove they belong. Elite Pro Wrestling will be about prestige. It will be about power. It will be about championship gold. It will be about walking through that curtain knowing you are stepping into the most competitive locker room in the world. And let me make one thing clear to every wrestler backstage. The bar has been raised. Your reputation won't save you. Your past won't protect you. Your excuses won't matter. In Elite Pro Wrestling, you either rise or you get replaced. Champions will defend with pride. Contenders will earn their opportunities. Rivalries will be settled in that ring. And every single match will mean something because we are building something bigger than a wrestling promotion. We are building a standard. We are building a legacy. We are building the future. And to the fans, you stood with us through the chaos. You watched us bleed. You watched us fight. You watched us survive. Now you get to watch us conquer. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to the next level. Welcome to the brand that doesn't follow the industry. It leads it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Elite Pro Wrestling. And trust me, the elite era starts right now.
Rise up! No fear! Run into the fire! Broken bones and battle scars, living life behind these bars. Demons screaming in my head, but I refuse to end up dead. I've been beaten, I've been burned, every lesson hard earned. Standing tall.
Live and sold out here in Atlanta, Georgia for our first episode of EPW. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your color commentator of the evening, Jet Joseph, bringing you to Elite Pro Wrestling, the first venture of what should be a long venture. We welcome you here tonight with 6 huge matches. Now, let's get down to the ring for our first competition, as we are going to see Ethan Queen go one-on-one with Austin Eli here on EPW.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 240 pounds, Austin Eli.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our very first match here on EPW. Both men going into the center of the ring as we see Quinn getting the early strike advantage, but now seems like Eli getting him with that in the back. Oh, going for a roll-up, trying to get a win early, only good for a 1 count. As we see Quinn going for a roll-up himself, only a 1. Both men showing what they can do here tonight on EPW here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we see now Eli with that side headlock going around. He's still holding it in on Quinn. Quinn throwing Eli off. Oh, misses with that drop kick, but rolls away before getting hit by Eli. And now we see Quinn throwing him into that corner. Off with that snapmare, and with that single leg drop cut from Quinn onto Eli. Going for the cover, only for a 2 count. Now Eli waiting for, trying to get something going against Quinn. Ooh, gut buster by Quinn. Now Quinn going to the corner, opposite. What's he thinking here? Charging to Eli. Eli able to stop with a forearm. And now about to throw him off, only to be reversed by Quinn. Quinn able to take a little showboating. Following up with a chop, throwing him down with a drop kick to boot. And what is Quinn thinking? On the apron now is Quinn. Waiting for Eli, going for that drop kick, but misses. And speaking of going up top, Eli waiting for him. And connects with that flying karate chop. And also connects now with that double axe handle. Only for Quinn to hit him with that. Ooh! Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Quinn has been disqualified. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Quinn was disqualified for hitting a blatant low blow on Eli. What a way for a match to end here on EPW.
Let's see if we can get a word with Ethan Quinn about what just occurred in his match.
Let's get one thing straight. Everybody wants to talk about the disqualification. Everybody wants to cry about the low blow. Everybody wants to act like Ethan Quinn crossed some kind of line. But Austin Eli? He crossed the line the moment he stepped into my ring. Because I am not some warm-up match. I am not some stepping stone. I am not a name you use to get noticed. I am Ethan Quinn, a top-tier performer, a main event caliber superstar, and one of the most dangerous men this company has ever seen. Austin Eli had no business standing across from me. He had no business lacing up his boots, walking down that ramp, and pretending he belonged on my level. So yeah, I did what I did. Call it a low blow. Call it dirty. Call it whatever helps you sleep at night. I call it a reality check. Austin Eli found out exactly what happens when an average man tries to step into a king's court. He gets embarrassed, he gets humbled, and he gets dropped. The referee may have raised his hand by disqualification, but everybody in that arena knows who walked out looking like a star. Everybody knows who controlled that match. Everybody knows who Austin Eli was trying to survive. Me. So Austin, enjoy that cheap little win on paper, because that's the only place you'll ever beat me. You don't belong in the ring with Ethan Quinn. You don't belong in my spotlight. And the next time you're dumb enough to stand in front of me, I won't just take the match from you. I'll take your pride, your momentum, and whatever little piece of respect these people still have for you. Because I'm not here to play fair. I'm here to prove I'm better.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am quite shocked and appalled from those words from Ethan Quinn. However, from what I'm being told, The medical staff in the back have checked on Eli, and he is okay. In fact, we are going to hear from Eli later on here tonight, after the actions of Ethan Queen in their first match here on EPW. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we set stage for our second matchup here tonight, as Noah Prince will go one-on-one with Bryce Eaton here on EPW.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing in at 265 pounds, the All-American Bryce Eaton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for one big hoss fight as we see Noah Prince and Bryce Eaton in the ring. Oh! Bryce starting off with that flying forearm, and now going for a cross arm breaker. Looking to go for an early submission victory on Noah Prince as Bryce Eaton. However, Noah able to get out of it, going for some punches on the ground. Noah now locking up with Bryce. But Bryce able to get the better of it, push him into the ropes. And the referee has to break out, only for Noah to do a little cut of the throat there. And now back to their position. This time Noah able to get a side headlock in on Bryce. Wrenching in, going around town. And now Noah still holding on, but wait a minute, Bryce able to get out and drop pull holds Noah down to the ground. And now Bryce going for something in the back, only for Noah to counter, picks him up, and drops him down with that power slam. The cover, but only good for a 1 count. Noah now able to get that stomping. However, Bryce was not able to grab him. And we see both locking up, with Bryce getting the better of it. Throws Noah into the corner. Bryce now walking in, hitting a chop. Ooh, whatever he's thinking, Noah stopped him from doing it. And now Noah trying to go for some combinations, only for Bryce to stop him. Some combinations, follow up with that spinning clothesline from Bryce, and with the cover to boot. But only good for the 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. This is the battle between the hosses, is Bryce Eaton and Noah Prince. Bryce now, what's he thinking? Picking up Noah. Powerbomb position, only to put him in a fireman's carry. Ooh, and just lobbies him right into the ropes. Trying to go for that knee drop, but no avail. And now what's Noah thinking? Second time he's gone for that power slam, and it connects. What's Bryce gonna do now? Can he get out of this? No, he cannot. As we see Noah setting up for a 3rd power slam in this matchup. Could be think of another one. Nope. Decides to shoot him off the ropes. Over for Bryce to counter and hit with that kitchen sink knee, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. But as I say that, Noah able to get up on him. Ooh, slams him down with that one-handed spine buster. Go for the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. What is it going to take for one of these hosses to stay down for a 3 count? Who knows? As we see Noah just grinding that knee right into Bryce's face in the corner. Noah now, what's he thinking? He's pulling Bryce a little bit more to the center of the ring. Oh, Larry was thinking Bryce got up before he could even think to do it. Bryce now going for that behind waist lock. Noah for the same, brings him around. Picks him up in a fireman's carry. Drops him in the corner. Maybe a little revenge for getting dropped on the ropes. And as we see Noah now driving again that knee into the corner on Bryce. Noah now picking up Bryce. What's he have in store? Carrying him into that corner. Ooh. Bryce able to reverse. Bryce now charging up for a run. Hits that elbow. Throws him away. Going for that back waist lock. And now throws him into the other corner. Ooh, only for Noah. Get that elbow driven right into Bryce's head. And now just drops him with that giant bear claw. Does Noah. Going for the cover only for that 2 count. Noah now thinking what I had to do to put Bryce away. Ooh. Look for a splash from Noah in the pool. And can Bryce capitalize? Going to pick him up. But Noah counters into a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Oh wait, Bryce counters it into his own cover. Only for a 2. Noah with a reverse. Only a 1 count does Noah get. Noah now picking up Bryce. What's he thinking here? Oh, counter by Bryce. Throws him off the ropes. Going for that neck breaker. From Bryce on to Noah. Cover 1. Only a 1 count. Noah showing why he is the Prince of Pain. He can withstand it as well as dish it out. That roaring out was stopped. Into the pin train by Noah. Goes for the cover. But can he get to Bryce in time? Looks like he had a lot of time missed there. Cover 2. And it is 3. Noah Prince picks up a win tonight here on EPW. The first pinfall win goes to Noah Prince here on EPW.
Austin Eli. Tonight you had Ethan Queen right where you wanted him. Instead of fighting like a man, he took the cheap way out and hit you with a low blow. What's going through your mind right now?
What's going through my mind? Pain, anger, disrespect. Ethan Queen knew he couldn't beat me straight up, so he did what cowards do. He went below the belt because he had no answers for Austin Eli.
Do you feel like Ethan Queen crossed the line?
He didn't just cross the line, he erased it. See, I can take a punch, I can take a slam, I can take pain. But what I won't take is a man standing in that ring pretending he's better than me after he had to cheat to survive.
What message do you have for Ethan Queen?
Ethan Queen, you wanted my attention? Congratulations, you got it. But now, you've got a problem you can't run from. Next time we step in that ring, there won't be a cheap shot strong enough to save you. I'm coming for payback, and I'm not stopping until you feel every ounce of embarrassment you tried to put on me.
So this isn't over?
Over? No. This is just getting started. Ethan Queen wanted to make it personal. Now, Austin Eli, is going to make it painful.
And ladies and gentlemen, who can blame him? I mean, after that cheap shot in the ring, I have no doubt we will see Austin Live versus Ethan Queen down the line here in EPW. But going from that to this, we have Gunnar Buck
Following contest
going
is
one-on-one
scheduled for one fall.
with
Making
Marco.
his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 295 pounds, Cowboy Gunnar Buck. And his opponent from Syracuse, New York, weighing in at 245 pounds, Marco Hector.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next match here on EPW with Gunnar versus Marco. Ooh. Gunnar starting off with that super kick, followed up by a combination of kicks, kicking up Gunnar into that tombstone and dropping him down, going for a cover. Only for a 1 count, ladies and gentlemen. Now Marco looking to follow up with a stomp onto the arm and another cover. Marco trying to go home early tonight. Keeping the pressure on Gunnar here is Marco. Another stomp onto the arm. And now showing off to the crowd what he can do as Gunnar gets back up. They both lock up now. Who's going to get the advantage as we see Marco push Gunnar into the corner. Referee trying to break it away. As we see Gunnar kick him right into the midsection. Back up into this. And now we see Marco to the go behind. Looking to get some advantage here. Into a roll up for only for a 1 count. And Gunnar going to roll over him for another cover. Only one, and Marco with the power to pick up the big man and to put him over on his shoulders. But only for a 1 count, ladies and gentlemen. And now another lockup between these two as we see a wrist control by Gunnar. And now a reversal from Marco with his own wrist control. Looking to wrench it in more and keep pressure. Lately, he has been working on the arm during this match, ladies and gentlemen. And now into that side headlock, looking to keep it wrenched and going around town with it. Here's Marco, but thrown off. Gunnar goes down, up and over, and big elbow from Gunnar Scott. Gunnar Scott off the ropes for a big splash and connects. And now What's the big outlaw want to do? Ooh, just pressing that foot down onto Marco. Stomps for good measure. Ooh. Marco being able to reverse, hits another super kick. Tried to go for one to the back of the head, but stopped by Gunner and into a roll-up. Only for 1 count. Both these men showing what they can do here tonight on EPW, ladies and gentlemen. Both want to prove that they are the best at what they have to offer and trying to become in contention for the world title in EPW. As we see Gunner going for that back suplex, drops Marco right onto the ringside apron. And now both men outside. What is Gunner setting up for? Ooh. However, Marco able to slip out, went for a kick. Gunner able to move out of the way and just hurls Marco right into the steel steps. Both men starting to... Maybe it looks like Marco is trying to get Gunner back into the ring. Once he's setting up here, might be looking for a springboard and hits that forearm off the ropes. Goes for the cover. Only for a 2 count. Now as we see Marco picking up Gunner, hits that cutter. And I believe when I look, yep, Gunner has been busted open due to that cutter from Marco Patrick. Patrick now outside looking to get regrouped. As we see, going off the ropes, tried to go for another cutter, but was stopped and evaded by Gunner Scott. Gunner Scott going up top. What's the big man looking for? Lone Star Elbow connects on the Marco for the cover. Only for a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. What is it going to take to put down this massive mountain of a man that is Gunner Scott? And Marco now throwing him off the ropes. Goes down. Ooh! Gets that kick and pushes Gunner right into the ropes. Goes with that knee. And now I think he's looking to drop that knee right on the Gunner and sends both of them crashing out to the ringside. Tries to follow up with an Enziguri, but Gunner able to reverse it. Picks the big man up for a scoop slam. Does Gunner on to Marco. Gunner trying to pick him up, but Marco able to evade whatever was coming. And for the troubles, Gunner got thrown right into the steel steps. Ooh. Able to avoid another super kick. Does Gunner from Marco. And you can see the match is taking its toll on these two competitors tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As you see Gunner moving a little bit more slower than normal. However, able to send Marco back into the ring. Gets back in himself. What's the big man thinking here? As I say that, Marco able to get him. I think he went for a knee, but able to be stopped by Gunner Scott. And now Gunner looking for something big here. Oh, however, whatever he was going for, Marco reversed it and drops him down with a reverse DT. Oh, however, Gunner able to stop and now driving those bear claws of his hands right into Marco's chest, trying to cave it in. Marco comes right down next to our international table. Our international commentary table out there. Boys, you might want to watch out. Who knows what these two will do. As we see, Gunner now waiting for Marco to get back in the ring. Brad trying to get his bearings together. As we see Marco getting back in now. What's he thinking? Oh, another cutter from Marco onto Gunner. And was he looking to set up? And comes off the ropes with another cutter, top rope cutter from Marco onto Gunner. And now jockeying for position again. What's he thinking? He picks the big man up and hits him with the feast your eyes. But he's not done. However, Gunner able to get his bearings and stops him, going for a cover. Only for a 2 count. Gunner now might want to try and get something going, capitalize on this. Only for Marco to stop him. The super kick again. Marco going for a back kick, but misses. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am running out of breath trying to call this match by myself. And now as we see Gunner picking up Marco, what's he looking for? Drops him on the knee. And I believe he's going to go for a second time around. Now Gunner waiting for Marco to get up. What could he be thinking? Hits him again with those big rights. And knocks him back off to the ringside here. Marco trying to get back into the ring. Ooh, shoulder right into Gunner. And what's he thinking? A destroyer on the apron, ladies and gentlemen. Does Marco hit Gunner with a destroyer on that apron? And now Marco looking to capitalize, only for Gunner to get his bearings again, to reverse him back into the ring. Wolfman able to stop the referee's count. And now a hammerlock into the side slam does Gunner on the Marco. And it looks like Gunner is done playing. He's going to set for something big. He's got Marco, picks him up. Into that spinning powerbomb. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Only for a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we've been asking how much it's going to take Gunner down. The better question, how much is it going to take Marco to get down? As we see Marco firing up, getting those clotheslines in, grabs the leg and kicks the other one from the back. And Marco, what's he setting up for? Picks up Gunner. Another cutter by Marco onto Gunner. And it looks like he's waiting, setting him up for something again. And off the ropes. Oop, hits the big man. Oh. We got a strike fest going on, ladies and gentlemen. Who will get the better out of this? Will it be Gunner or will it be Marco? Both men trying to get the upper hand in this. As we see Gunner saying, "Come on, Marco." Looks like no man's getting in position except Marco able to reverse. As I say, that Gunner reverses. And now here we go. It's down to the hockey fight. Oh. And Marco able to grab him into another cutter. Does Marco hit on the Gunner? Cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Marco Thatcher.
Here is your winner, Marco.
Over a dozen super kicks and a dozen cutters later, Marco picks the win over this big monstrous Texan. As he tells the fans to kiss his ass.
EPW. Cher, did y'all really think I was gone for good? Nah. I ain't disappear. I was waiting. Watching. Listening to every loud mouth in that locker room run they mouth like the throne was empty. Like the darkness don't remember who brought fear through these halls. Well, let me tell you something, bebe. Luna Herveau ain't come back to knock polite. I came back to kick these doors wide open and remind every woman in EPW exactly who they been surviving without. I walked through fire. I crawled through shadows. I heard every whisper, every doubt, every fool saying my time had passed. Mais non, my time ain't passed. My time been waiting on me. That ring, that spotlight, that crown, it was never yours to keep. It was mine before you touched it. Mine while you pretended to own it. And now that I'm back, I'm here to reclaim what belongs to me. So to every champion, every contender, every little princess playing queen in EPW, enjoy your last peaceful breath. Because when Luna Ervo steps through that curtain, the bayou gets cold, the lights get low, and the whole world finds out one thing. I didn't return to be welcomed. I returned to take back what's mine. And Cher, anybody standing in my way, they don't get beat. They get buried.
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like the women's division is going to be picking up here on EPW. And speaking of the women's division, our next contest coming up is going to be Cameron Valentine going one-on-one with Piper Oxley.
You wanted a queen. Instead, you
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Fresno, California, Cameron Valentine.
through the fire, don't blink, don't stare. Every soul around me knows to beware. Built from the darkness, forged in the flames. You'll remember forever the sound of my name. No fear in my heartbeat, no mercy inside. I'm the nightmare hiding inside your spotlight. One step closer to disaster. You know I'm the one they're after. I'm Black Venom, running through your veins tonight. Black Venom, feel the They prayed for salvation. Instead,
And her opponent from Pensacola, Florida, Piper Oxley.
where the shadows swallow the light, raised by the demons that haunted the night. Every scar tells another story.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our first women's match here in EPW as Cameron Valentine goes one-on-one with Piper Oxley. I say that when Cameron actually gets a kick and knocks her down. And that's some offense. However, Piper taking her down now. Cameron trying to get that, I believe it was a flying elbow, but was stopped. And then reverses Piper and brings her down. Tried to go for a handspring, I believe, back kick, but missed. Piper tried to capitalize, only to get put down with a German suplex. Now what's Cameron thinking? Going for a moonsault. Hits the back of Piper. Piper trying to roll out, and Cameron not having it. Coming out with her. Going for a strike, however, Piper able to block, and now going for a combination. ends with the Manhattan Brawl. Now, what's she thinking here? Pump handle and drives her down with a slam. Does Piper to Cameron. Piper now sending Cameron back into the ring. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first women's match here on EPW. It is one of 3 tonight. In fact, the women's will have the very first ever main event of EPW history. As we see now, Piper missing that elbow to the back of the head. Cameron, and now Cameron being able to get those strikes in. Telling her opponent to get back up. And now she hits that flying back elbow that she wasn't able to hit earlier. And now thinking about something, however, Piper was able to stop her. Only for Cameron to get her down with that DDT. What's Cameron now thinking? Going up to the ropes. To the middle now. As she's blowing a kiss to the fans. Off she goes with that tornado DDT for the cover. Only good for a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 women here tonight showing why they are elite here in EPW. As you see, Piper shooting her off. Hits that Michinoku driver on the Cameron. And now what's Piper thinking? She's got something big set for Cameron. F5 to Cameron by Piper. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, not 2 count. Cameron able to survive that onslaught. And rolls out to probably give herself a breather. However, Piper going to meet up with her. Only for Cameron to push her off. Now what's Cameron thinking? The center is a barricade, but oh! Piper sends Cameron right into our international announce table. And now what's Piper thinking? Oh, just sends her. Just sends Cameron flying her right almost into the ring. Cameron almost avoids certain devastation, smashing her head right into that ring post. Now Piper up top, what's she thinking? And goes off with that flying body press and just drives Cameron right into the not even into the ring, right into the floor. Cameron trying to get back up now. Now and just sending Piper right off to the other side of the ring. As I said, Piper now able to get back up. Stops Cameron doing what she wants. Oh, Cameron hits a big knee strike right into Piper. And now can Cameron follow up and get the victory? Sends Piper back into the ring. Now what's she thinking? Picking up Piper. Sends Piper off to the ropes. And hits another knee right to the face of Piper. Does Cameron for the cover. Only good for a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Here are now. Spelling the end is near for Piper. Oh, 3rd back elbow does not connect. And now Piper trying to mount some offense. However, Cameron able to get back up. Since her opponent right into the corner. Now what's Cameron thinking? Walking over to her opponent. Try to go for a chop over his block. Now Piper bringing her opponent to the corner. What she got here? Sends her off the ropes. And man, hits that running shoulder tackle from Piper onto Cameron. And now she's calling for her opponent to get back up. And hit a spear by Piper onto Cameron. That outside spear for the almost for the win, but only a 2 count, says the ref. Piper trying to go again for a pin. Only another 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. All of these women showing why they are the best here tonight. As you see Piper with that double axe smash. And now, oh, big oxplex from Piper. Cameron trying to go out to the ring. Piper not have it. Gonna pick her up for a fisherman now. And smashing her body right outside of the ring. However, Cameron able to get back up. Stomping on the Piper's leg. Now, what's she thinking here? Both women outside. Better watch the referee's count. I don't want this to be the first women's match to be ended by countout here on EPW. Cameron trying to get the best. Oh, Piper got back up. Oh, poison Roma from Cameron on the Piper. Now Cameron gets back in the ring. Maybe she'll want to go to countout and get the victory. It's all how you win, I believe. I mean, it would be the worst match to see it end. No. Because I say that Cameron got caught not lacking. And Piper almost healed. Oh, Cameron gets a victory over Piper by reversing a roll-up counter. And there you see Cameron Valentine happy with herself, picking up a huge victory here in EPW over Piper Ross. Was able to counter and roll it into her own, which was able enough to get the victory. Good night. Now, as you see, Valentine's leaving. Wait a minute. Piper is not happy with that and smashes her right in the block. Oh! Bounces her head right off the ring. And just sends Cameron right into the steel steps. Talk about a sore loser, ladies and gentlemen. Piper not happy with the outcome of tonight's match for her. Hopefully we'll check on Cameron to see if she'll be alright with the medical team. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting ready for our next contest as Ryan Storm goes one-on-one with Dante Home here on EPW.
Fresh clothes, fresh cars, I move by choice. They keep on staring, I know my voice. Checking out the ladies, I keep
And
it
the
slow.
participants
If the look don't hit,
from
then I let it go.
Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 236 pounds.
Fresh clothes, fresh cars. I'm picking at you, yeah, that's just me. Pull up in the dark, but I shine clean. Every room I step in feels like a scene. She lean when I pass, I don't even brag. I let the fit talk, then I let it drag. I got the calm look with the wild side. You can keep the noise, I keep it dry. Who hotter than me? Who hotter than me? Fresh clothes, fresh car, fresh car. Who hotter than me? Who hotter than me? I'm picking at you, yeah, that's just me. One step, two step, watch me glide through.
And his opponent from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 228 pounds, Ryan Storm.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last men's wrestling match of the evening. As Dusty goes one-on-one with Ryan Storm here tonight. You can see Ryan taking that early advancement with that arm wrench. Just going to work on Dustin's hand there. Right now, trying to go around, now into a hammerlock. Only for Dustin to get around him and get him into a side headlock there. Really wrenching in, trying to go around town with it. There's Dustin on the Ryan. Oh, Dustin getting thrown off. Ryan going down, going up, and misses with that big kick. Dustin now trying to take advantage. Going for a roll-up there. Guess he was watching the last match that happened. Now going for, ooh, just shooting off with that neck breaker. Now posing for the crowd, waiting for Ryan to get out. Thinking what he's going to do next. Now with his own variant of an arm wrench. There's Dustin Holmes on Ryan Storm. Dustin trying to wrench on the Ryan's arm. As I say that, Ryan able to get out and put one of his own in. And now wrenching Dustin's arm once again here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wild night here on EPW. You know, from our first match and disqualification after Ethan Queen, just hit Austin Eli with a latent low blow. We saw Gunnar Scott get taken to the limit by Marco Hatcher. In our last match, we saw the women take it, go tooth and nail to the point that Piper Ross attacked Cameron Valentine with a brutal assault after losing. And now here we are with Ryan Storm going one-on-one with Dustin Holmes. As we see that tilt-a-whirl head scissors from Ryan. And now Ryan going out to the apron. Looks like he wants to go off the ropes and hit something big on Dustin. Hits him with that springboard Hurricane Rana. And what's he going to follow up here with? A big soccer kick to the side of Dustin. Dustin now able to get back up. Hits him with that big punch. Throwing Ryan off to the corner. Trying to go for a chop. Ryan stops it. And now grabs Dustin, bring him over to the other corner. And what's he thinking? Ooh. I was thinking Dustin was able to stop him not too long though, and Ryan throws Dustin into yet another corner spot. And now Ryan going for that big time wheelbarrow bulldog from the top rope. Will that be enough to put Dustin away? 1, 2, only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. And now Ryan feeling it. Trying to get that Storm Warren going. And power slam from Dustin, I believe. Ryan was going to go for like a sliced bread variant. And now it looks like we got a strike contest going. Who will be the first one to fall? We saw this earlier in one of the matches. End up spelling the end for one of the opponents. And as you see there, Dustin getting the better of Ryan. However, Ryan coming back. Ryan now able to get the better of Dustin that time. Whoa. Right into the hockey fight. Both these competitors getting all done. And Dustin comes out victorious. Dustin going for that big TKO on the Ryan Storm for the cover. 1, 2. We got 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. 3. There's Dustin Holmes. Now he has to figure out what he's got to do to beat this man. Ooh! Ryan stopping whatever Dustin was playing. Now with Dustin now, looks like he's going to go for a powerbomb possibly. Bring him to the center of the ring with that powerbomb. Off the ropes as Dustin hits him with that double axe handle. What's Dustin thinking here? He's going up top. Might try to spell the end tonight with that big elbow from Dustin on a Ryan. 1, 2, 3. Dante Holmes gets a huge victory over Ryan Storm with a big-time elbow drop. We're going to become the big staple here on EPW, ladies and gentlemen. We call Big Gunner a Lone Star style. And now Dustin Holmes coming home with that big elbow drop and marking his place in history with a big-time victory here in EPW in his debut match. We'd also like to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe EPW on YouTube. Our next match, ladies and gentlemen, is another one in the women's division, as we'll see Amber Troy go one-on-one with Rashida.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Cold hands, high head, still I keep it calm. They talk tough in the room till I bring that storm. Wanna call it on, I don't need no warning. If you want that smoke, meet me by the morning. You know what I came for, no games, no talk. If you draw that line, then you better walk. I'm here for the rah-rah. I'm with it. I'm here for the rah-rah. Anybody can get it, whatever you want. I'm with it, the rah-rah. I'm with it. The rah-rah. I'm good. New face, same steel, same grin, same story. Act loud, then fall when I pull up. I don't bluff, don't pray for the weak to switch. If you come from
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our semi-main event as Rashida goes one-on-one with Amber Troy. We'll grab the lock up in the middle of the ring. And let's see, we get the advance as we see Rashida pushing Amber right into the corner. Referee trying to get her off. Both able to break up, however, Rashida getting some strikes into Amber and pushing her right back in. And goes off with that tornado DDT on the Amber, does Rashida. For a cover, only a 2 count, almost got the win over. Amber getting out of harm's way, and falls up with that drop kick. Now trying to get Rashida up, only for Rashida to come up with that uppercut, and brings it down with a Meteora on the Amber Troy, and bringing down some stomps for some good measure. Rashida calling for her opponent up. What's she thinking here? Going for a lockup on Amber. However, Amber able to push Rashida into the ropes, into that corner. The referee also now having to break up again, but Rashida getting a kick in and a strike. However, Amber was able to get away, only to get pulled back into a lockup with Rashida again. This time getting pushed right to the ropes. Another breakout. Amber trying to go for a roll-up to get a quick victory. Only for a 1 count. Both women trying to show what they got here tonight. A lot of pressure being on the semi-main event of the first EPW show. And ladies and gentlemen, after this, our main event of the evening of EPW comes right after this match. As we see Rashida hitting that backstabber on the Amber Troy. Bringing her back into the ring for a cover. Only for a good 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Rashida trying to figure out what she has to do to put Amber away here tonight. As he grabs her and puts her right into the corner. Tries to follow up with a kick, but misses. And Amber following up with a Hurricane Rana. Amber can she get this going in her favor now, hopefully. As we see Rashida trying to pull herself up in the ring, only for Amber to pull her back and hit a back suplex. Wonder Troy throwing Rashida right into the corner and follows up with that big time suplex, trying to follow up again. Rashida was able to stop her from what she was doing. And Rashida with her own Hurricane Rana onto Amber. Rashida trying to call for her up. What's she have in mind here? As she sends Amber Troy off. Whoa! That was a nice arm drag from Rashida on the Amber. And now Amber going for Code Red onto Rashida. Amber now going for that nice dropkick to the back. Both ladies giving it all here tonight on EPW. And this is only our semi-main event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As we see, so Troy tried to go for that shooting off moonsault, but misses, only to get hit with that backstabber, that modified one from Rashida. However, it always seemed to anger Troy. And what's he thinking now? Picks up Rashida. Rashida power bomber into the... Oh no. So Terrell and just drops her right into the corner. I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, that's been one hell of a night here on EPW. And again, we still have one more match to go. And this is what we got for your store on night one. Just think what else we got in store for you. As we see Rashid trying to get back up. Oh! I think she just ate a kick from Amber, but to no avail. Rashid. However, Amber now getting back on her. Waiting for Rashid to throw her off. Amber stops herself and brings herself back to get a tilt-a-whirl head scissors onto Rashida for a couple. Only for a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. My God, these two have been going at it. It's been so fast, it's been hard for me to keep up on the competition. I'm calling all the action on this, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to keep up on it. As we see now, Rashida throwing Amber into that corner. Only for Rashida to get stopped by Troy. And what's she thinking here now? Sends Rashida off. I believe she's going to go, some acrobatics from Amber. And follows up with a nice drop kick with a kick up. And what's she thinking here? Another drop kick to the back of Rashida. Don't know what Amber has in mind, but hopefully she can capitalize on all the damage she's been doing to Rashida's back. Following up with all those drop kicks, and now following up with a big roundhouse to Rashida's head. What's Rashida thinking now? Actually sends Amber off to the ropes, into the corner now. Then trying to fake her out with some jabs. Turns her around. What's she thinking? Oh, another backstabber from the corner. Does Rashida hit on the Amber? And now picking Amber up. What's she thinking? She got something big in mind. Another modified backstabber from Rashida to Amber. She is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. She feels all the rah-rah from the fans. Does Rashida... Whoa! Code breaker onto Amber Troy. And Rashida feels it. What's she going? Could be looking for... Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know what to call out. The rah-rah slam, I guess. But whatever it was, it gives Rashida the win here tonight on EPW.
Here is your winner,
There you see Rashida soaking in all the rah-rah from the fans as she gets the major upset victory here tonight over her opponent, Amber Troy. Man, Man, that was one hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. But that's all. We are set for our main event here tonight on EPW as Riley Kaplan goes one-on-one with Amato.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Concord, New Hampshire, Riley Kaplan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our main event as Amato goes one-on-one with Kaplan. Let's see what these two have in store for us. Kaplan bringing Amato down to the ground with that hair pull. And now Amato going with some combination strikes. Following up with a wrist lock with some more strikes with the legs. Just driving Kaplan down, going for a cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count for Amato on Kaplan. In our main event here tonight. As you see, Amato just getting the better with those strikes. I think that's a pinfall. I don't know what that was, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever it was effective. Amato. We were trying to go for an elbow drop, but Kaplan able to get out of the way. Only getting mat slammed again by Amato. Now this Rikishi does not mess around. One to put this match away. Another flying elbow night. Another flying elbow drop, ladies and gentlemen. By Amato onto Kaplan. A third or fourth person we've seen tonight trying to go for elbow drops off the top rope. And as we see, Amato with that head scissors on the Kaplan, trying to squeeze the life out of her opponent. However, Kaplan able to get back up. Sends Amato off into the corner. Got a big, huge chop. And just striking her right into the chest. And what's she thinking here? As Amato is in the corner, getting just struck with those heavy kicks. And Luke Kaplan is going to take her. Big lighter kick from Amato as she goes up for the middle rope with that double X handle. Going for the cover on Kaplan. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Now what's Ryan thinking here? She's in the corner. Waiting for her opponent to get back up. Now Kaplan, gets her head driven down to the mat by Amato. For the cover, only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Amato just driving Kaplan's head with that drop kick to the ground. Now looking for something big to put away her opponent. Now drops Kaplan on her knee, does a motto, going for the cover. Going for a 2 count off that patella brainbuster. Motto has to think what she has to do to put Kaplan away here. Bring Kaplan into the corner again, does a motto. Now looking to build up some steam. Taunting her opponent, going for some kind of kick, but Kaplan able to get out of the way. Throws a motto off into the ropes and hits her with that overhead, that hanging over neck breaker. Does Kaplan hit onto a motto and folds up with that running dropkick to the back. Both women out. And now Kaplan getting back up before a motto. And what's she thinking here? Motto able to reverse that Irish whip from Kaplan. And now, off from those ropes, hits that diamond dust on the Kaplan, does a motto. However, Kaplan able to get outside and roll out, trying to get a breather. Ooh, but Amada says, not today. You will not get a breather as she hits a flying body press onto Kaplan outside. However, Kaplan, in that second breather, will do a combination and follow up with that chop block. And now just a big senton from Kaplan onto Amada on the outside of the ring. And now, hits her with that shin breaker, falls out with the leg dragon screw. Both these women giving it all here tonight in the main event of EPW, ladies and gentlemen. As Kaplan going one-on-one with Amado. Amado throwing Kaplan back into the ring. What's she thinking? Amado going up to Kaplan's still down. She hasn't gotten back up. Hitting that front foot, elbow drop from Amado on that Kaplan for the 3. Amado picking up a huge victory in EPW's first ever main event, ladies and gentlemen. That was some contest, and as you see Amado soaking in with the fans with that big time victory. Wait, I told we gotta head to the back. There's some altercation going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been told we have to head to the back. There's the altercation. Oh my god! Is that? Yes, there's no landing toilets. Ethan Queen, he's taking a chair to Austin Eli. Well, unfortunately, it looks like Ethan got to Austin first. What is going to happen the next time we are here on EPW?